the Greyman does whatever a Greyman can. Can he make a comic thief? Yes, he can. He just did. Watch now, a video from Greyman. A video from Greyman.
Greymaniaks Gather! I'm back! Yay! A whole 2 hours after Cover Slingers ended, I have returned from my regular weekly Saturday night, at least in Saturday night in the UK, stream. Normally, Ranger Sly would be here with me, but unfortunately, Ranger Sly is a bit under the weather. He's not feeling too good. Get well soon, mate, and hopefully see you next Saturday. Cover Slingers next week is Cowboys. Ooh, I know you haven't got any cowboy books. That'd be a bit of a tricky one for you, that one. But yeah, we'll see. You just have to show quick draw McGraw like 5-6 times or something. Anyway, so I've kind of got some comic books I want to show, but just because I've got a haul, if anyone wants to join me, give me a shout. I can put the link in maybe. Otherwise, I'm just going to show some comic books and they're going to bugger off, really. Because, yeah. The Werewolf by Lunchtime was here earlier on. He was making comments regarding the Cover Slingers. Bill promising to make Cover Slingers great again. But I think he came last this week. Never mind. I came second, so no great shakes. But yeah, so I'll just get on with showing the comic books then. Unless anyone wants to join me, I've got nothing else to... I can show you some albums. Look, some heavy metal albums. Here's Ripping Corpse, Streaming with the Dead. Here's Forbidden Evil, classic thrash. And here's Bathory with some awesome death metal, Blood, Fire, Death. Look, and it's been signed to me by Quorthon, the singer. Anyway, that was just a bit of time killing. I haven't got any more people in, so I'm just going to get on with the comics then. All right. This is now my earliest Conan. Hey, thanks for coming in, Werewolf. Watching in bed? Yeah. Give D a spec bottom from me. Anyway, yeah. So this is the Coming of Elric. I've shown it a couple of times. I showed this on my heavy metal stream last night. But yeah, this Conan number 14, really bad condition, really low grade. The cover and the comic book have not been on speaking terms for quite some time now. Yeah, but it's all there, I believe. The top staple's quite rusty. There's a bit of blackening around the bit of the cover where the top staple is as well. So, but there you go. That's it. That's currently my oldest Conan comic. That's the first appearance of Elric. And yeah. Anyone who doesn't know, I've got a housemate called Elric, one of my oldest mates. Hi, Jeannie Beanie, we missed you on Cover Slingers, mate. Are you here to vote for my comics now? Now that Cover Slingers is finished. Dee's doing little baby snores. Ah, bless. This is the ideal time to get out her lipstick and draw a moustache on her and like an eye in the middle of her forehead. She'll love that when she wakes up. She'll be like, Darren, you're a right laugh, you are, mate. She'll say like that. Yeah, maybe not. But you're tired as well, so maybe don't do that. So yeah, I bought a load of comic books yesterday. I bought a big stack. Bought a big stack of bronzy horrors, basically, from DC. So Secrets of Haunted House. This is the kind of like this is the horror run that I'm trying to fill. There's so many horror runs, and I was just buying. Yeah, your votes are too late, mate. I came second. If you'd been there earlier voting for me, I might have come first. Never mind. These things happen. Or maybe I'll take it out of the plastic so you can see it better. But yeah, so basically, this is the run I'm trying to fill up. Secrets of Haunted House, and there's a fellow on Facebook who I buy from quite a lot. And he puts them on for a certain price. He's putting them for like £5 or £6 each. And I'm like, hey, mate, it's me. I've come in to see if we could do a deal. Or is it all right? Can we haggle? You know, that kind of thing. And like he normally knocks the price down to like half, which is a lot more acceptable. A third would be even better, of course, but half I can live with. So there's another Secrets of Haunted House. Is that Mr. E? I believe that's Mr. E. It certainly looks like him. He's a blind voodoo drums. I'm not sure if anyone's got like a favourite DC horror title, because there's so many of them around that time. You don't really seem to get any like DC horror books. No, DC, well, they were so popular, and the old ones are still popular for people to pick up. I'm surprised they don't do any like regular. I mean, you got that ice cream man now, haven't you? That people really enjoy, and that's a horror anthology. So there must still be love for them. Yeah, love that voodoo drum stuff. So I'm surprised that DC don't have like or even Marvel, as far as I know, have a current horror title. There you go, it's Mystery. Look, Mystery in the lair of Lady Frankenstein. It's alive. Yeah, I think they had recurring characters at one point, didn't they? It started off, it was all like anthology stories, and then I think that Mr. E became a regular character. He became a villain later on, Mr. E. They decided they was making him into a villain during the time, I think, of the Books of Magic. Tim Hunter was like being taught like magic as Mr. E again. Extra, a new Mr. E adventure. And he had his own little 4-parter, which I think was Who Dares Defy the Shaman's Curse? I think it was a Vertigo title. I think it was 4-part. I think it was Vertigo. And they decided, House of Secrets and The Witching Hour, Faves of Yours. Yeah. There's so many good ones. But I thought I'd try and fill at least one of them out, get a full run. And this is the one I opted for. I remember buying a couple of these when I was a kid. So that's why I decided to try and fill that one out. I thought they'd be to be honest, I thought they'd be a lot easier to pick up than they were. I thought they'd be quite cheap. I got them for £3 each, which is pretty cheap actually compared to some of the prices nowadays. But as I said, Mr. E later on, I think it was in Vertigo. He had a 4-part, and they made it a little bit more adult than it had been before. And he was always blind, like in the comic books. But in this, I think it was Vertigo. But in this like more adult title, it was decided or retconned that his eyes were actually scooped out with a spoon by his father. That was retconned into his origin. So that's quite it's quite nasty. Secrets of Haunted House. Now that you know my true identity, Mr. E, you shall be the next to die. Hey, look, it's Darren. It's Darren, Werewolf by Lunchtime. And there's Mr. E. He's returned from hell, the twice cursed man, in another battle against Mr. E. Bye, Jeannie Beanie. Ooh, making a dinner soup. Hope it's a triumphant dinner soup. I just said pasta with pretty simple pasta. Really, it's like what I had left in the cupboard, practically. A tin of chicken soup with pasta, with some herbs and some beans, some white kidney beans. So that was it, really. Honey, the attic make a perfect playroom for Benji and his friends. I told you that extra space would come in handy. You thought that was material for a bikini. Well, you mean the werewolf? Or are you talking about this fella here? I said that. That sounds like one of my lines from Cover Slingers today. That sounds like something I might have said. In fact, it sounds like something I did say, now that I think about it. Okay. So it looks like just you and Jeannie Beanie talking tonight, so I don't think anyone's going to want to come in and hang out with me. Fair enough. I just show these kind of books and then I'll poodle off. I've still got quite a few to go though. Got about 20, 22, something like that. So I've got plenty to be reading. I've been reading my way through the Image line. I think I'm on the last couple of books now. I'm reading Jaguar at the moment. Hey Apex, how you doing, mate? Dig the plant, man. Secrets of Haunted House. What have you got a favourite DC Bronze Age horror anthology, Apex? Joe Orlando. Is that Joe Orlando in the art? Hail, Greyman. Get in there. Hi, Paolo. He's not well, mate. He's under the weather. He was telling me he had a terrible night. Oh, right, we're going on to ghosts now. So that was all these secrets of haunted house that I've got. And the same guy had a bunch of ghosts as well. And it's like, well, if you can, yeah. As usual, spending more money than I should have done. But it's all right. It's all right as long as the buyer's regret comes after you get the comic books. It's okay. The comic books are here now, so the buyer's regret can do what he likes. It's too late. It's too late. Buyer's regret. But I've got some lovely comic books to read. Which, in fact, I had to buy this one because I was challenged to read it. We challenge you to read Ghosts, and I'm not going to let no ghost comic book scare me. I'm going to buy it. It's The Ghost of Washington Monument plus 2 more super spooky stories. Well, you got a favourite horror anthology, Paolo? Yeah, great DC horror comic, exactly. I've gone really quick actually thinking about it on my horrors, because I was like, quite a while back now, I cleared out all my war books, all my horror books. Not that I had a great deal anyway. I said I've only got room for really real superheroes. I can't have horrors and war comics as well. But then recently I started picking up some horrors, and I started off, I had a short box, and a short box got too full, and I've had to transfer it into a long box, and that long box is starting to get too full now. It's like, I mustn't buy any more. Once that long box is full, that's got to be it. There's only a finite amount of room in my house. We challenge you to read Ghosts, New Tales of the Weird and Supernatural. Officer, shoot him! He's going to shoot me! I can't stop. Something is pulling the trigger. So Ghost is pulling the trigger on that guy's gun. If you dare read The Spectral Witness. Hey, Jambo. Witchy now scared the piss out of me when I was a kid. Never went much for horror. I do have an interesting French horror science fiction comic. Adapts a French novel from 1957. Ooh. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. If anyone I know wants to pay a visit and maybe show some of your own comic books, then feel free to. Hi, Jambo. That's the wrong one. Hi, Jambo. But still with the ghosts. Ghosts. We challenge you to read. Oh, there's a UK variant. Not much more. That's worth a lot more, that one, because you don't get so many of them. New Tales of the Weird and Supernatural. It's a ghost tiger. Oh, yeah, ghost tiger. 3 soul-shocking stories, including Ghost, Where Do You Hide? Quite a few more to go. Howdy, Greyman. Oh, Major Sly. Everyone's been asking after you, mate. Are you feeling a bit better now? I'm just showing off this nice stack of DC horrors that I got. I just ordered them. I paid for them yesterday and they came today. Did you catch up with Cover Slingers? Next week, it's Cowboys. Cowboys next week. We thought that you probably wouldn't want to join us because we know you don't have any of those. My lantern is going out. I'll be lost in this cavern forever. He walked where no man walked to follow the lure of the spectre. Oh, yeah. Do, 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 do. You will believe in ghosts, new tales of the weird and supernatural. We've killed the crippled old man. Now there's nothing to stop us from inheriting his fortune. The ghost of the cripple is pushing the cripple's wheelchair down the stairs to bump him off by the looks of it. Oh. That's bang out all that is. That's bloody annoying and expensive. It's not a good show at all, that, mate. This one was really weird because, like, yeah, exactly. Wasted $30 to get there. That's ridiculous. She said they're going to be open and not bloody open. That's nonsense, that is. Hopefully it will start getting better. I mean, have you been out and about? Have you been working, I suppose, you have? I suppose you must be working. You've been out and about getting... Well, this one's a bit low grade, to be honest. Oh, it's a bit... I think the pages have become unaligned on this one. Oh, yeah, it's a terrible... It's a terrible way it's been put together. Look at how badly this one's been put together. Can you see there? Look how unaligned that page is. It's like it's gone in crooked. It's gone in completely crooked, that page. Why is that showing page 3 and... Oh, it's just individual stories. Oh, that's terrible. That's really badly been put in, that one. Oh well, never mind. And this is really weird. This cover, I saw it and I was like, I've got that. I was sure I had this one. This cover is so familiar. And it's like, yeah, I've got that. I'm sure I've got that. And I'm looking at it, I'm sure I've got that comic. And yeah, apparently I don't have that comic. Yeah, mostly horror in this run. It was just like a big lot I got off one fella. I'm just thinking to myself now, because I even went on to read it online just to check the stories, to see if I knew the stories. I thought maybe I might have done it as one of my 31 Nights of Halloween or something like that. And no, I didn't recognise any of the stories in it. So I got no idea. And I just suddenly thought to myself just now, actually, maybe I got it on order from another seller. Because I've got a few like different people on Facebook selling comic books, and so maybe I've already got this on someone else's. So maybe someone else is already holding this one for me, and I completely forgot about it or something. Oh well, look how badly that is wrapped. Sticking out, no business there. It's not so much a cover roll as it's just a completely skew-with page that's been put in. I might just trim the page that's sticking out because it's not like it's a big money book or anything. Right, still we've got a few more ghosts to go. 4 more ghosts. With my comedy. Not too much comedy. Not too much. Right. There you go, another ghosts. This guy's got a ghost dog. Can only the blind see Great Caesar's ghost? So Caesar must be the name of the dog. He's got a ghost dog. Hey, Paolo looks like he's popping in. Paolo likes to hang out. Hey, mate.
How's it going?
Not too bad, not too bad. 8 more 100 pages of story and art. Did you get Because I imagine they didn't have the comics like they like put them. They do these. They reprinted these when you were
The Brazilians didn't have that one. When Marvel always outsold DC outside the United States. So when you try to do something with DC, either you go with the proven characters, or you try to do something off the beaten path. And so you try to, if you do a horror anthology with DC's characters, you probably need to make sure you have the rights to get it mixed up with Vampirella or whatever. Otherwise, you're not gonna. Yeah.
I suppose different things are popular with different like markets. I suppose so. The horrors didn't really translate to those markets much. Right, there's another one. Spectre's actually in this one as well. Spectre and Dr. 13. You're not my father, you're a fool, just like the Spectre. Dr. 13 Ghostbreaker. He was kind of like a very weird kind of like niche in this supernatural world, because he didn't believe in anything supernatural, and his whole stick that he kept disproving supernatural things. So every time there'd be a ghost, it'd find like an explanation why it wasn't a ghost, and that was this whole thing. But the fact that the DC is rife with supernatural characters, it's like, it's like, I probably could see why he's not used that much anymore, because he never believed that stuff. But do
you remember Uri Geller?
Yeah, I know Uri Geller. He lives in the UK, I think. I think he lives in the UK. I'm not sure. He was from Israel. Yeah, I think he was from Israel originally. He was on the telly lot, bending his spoons and so forth.
But there was this guy who challenged Uri Geller, or was it to do?
It's not Randy, is it? The James Randi.
James Randi once challenged Uri Geller to prove that he could bend spoons and the guy wouldn't do it, because James Randi he said he would give established a fund to give $1 million to anyone who could prove supernatural powers. That's right.
No one could do it.
Yeah. The thing is, if James Randi lived in the DC universe, he would tell Dr. 13, dude, chill.
I've got this. Yeah, it'd be right. You'd probably team up with Dr. 13. I like that name though. It's just a good name, Dr. 13. It's like it's supposed to be his given name. I don't think there's anyone in the world called 13 as a surname, is there? But
meet his parents, Mr. and Mrs. 13.
Yeah. I always say this quite a lot when I'm going through my comic books, and if I go through any like supernatural ones, I always hold that the DC supernatural universe is far superior to the Marvel supernatural universe. I think the DC have got much greater characters in their kind of like supernatural realms,
Yeah. Well, the thing about Marvel is that even the supernatural characters have to behave inside a superhero universe.
Yeah.
So they don't get a chance to be spooky. There are rules that they have to follow.
Yeah. You face the accuser from beyond the grave in the Spectre Witness, is that? Oh, the Spectral Witness.
Is that a Pete Craig Russell cover?
Kaluta, I think.
Oh.
It looks like it says Kaluta there.
Okay.
Yeah. I love his work on Madame Xanadu. His doorway into Nightmare covers are really cool. I was talking about the other.
I don't have much Kaluta. I do have the old Shadow Hitler's Astrologer graphic novel somewhere.
I don't know that one.
Well, it was the only Shadow story that Marvel published.
Okay, all right. So they owed him for a while, did they? Where is the rights to the Shadow now? You don't really see him, do you? I suppose is he actually owned by DC? I know they had a run with him for quite a while.
No, the Shadow is owned by a subsidiary of Condé Nast Publishing, and right now it's probably still Dynamite who has the rights to do new stories.
Right. Do you ever listen to the old radio shows?
No.
It's quite good. The Shadow knows, and like the music going on behind it. It's quite cool. Yeah, amazing. Really. Whoops.
Which one was a good one?
I'm not too sure. Amazing Randy would challenge the ghost to scare him in the DC universe. Oh, apparently he's living back in Israel now. That's why all Matilda's cutlery is bent. Apex is Shadow number 1 with Mike Kaluta art from DC. That's cool. I was saying, I don't know if you heard what he was in the stream when I was talking about Mr. E, another DC character. Mr. E, he started off as like a blind kind of like sort of dabbles in the supernatural and helps people against supernatural menaces. But when he got like later on, he got like I think it was a he was
in Books of Magic.
Yeah, that's right. He was the villain in Books of Magic, wasn't he? They turned him into the villain, and they retconned him in like he had his own title as well. From that. I can't remember. I just mentioned it a minute ago. The DC like Vertigo. I think it was Vertigo one. And it was like this retcon that his eyes were plucked out by his dad with a spoon.
Yeah.
Retcon. It was like, wow, that's a lot darker than. And it's like I got a random X-Men that I never had.
Oh,
so
the Brood.
1/6, quite a nice, quite a cool cover there. I remember the X-Men for me are really weird because I remember reading them, but I haven't got the comics anymore. And I'm like, did I read them? Did my mate have them? And I read his comics. I think that has to be what it was because I had one friend like in history who was into comic books. I ain't seen him in bloody 20 years probably, but like we used to share each other. I'd read his comics. You know, he'd read my comics. I think he must have been him there at the X-Men, and so I thought I'd rather read them. I never owned them. So that's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
So now if I want to try and get them, they're all very expensive.
There was a fun thing about that Brood storyline. Chris Claremont tried hard to make sure that nobody said, "Oh, he's just ripping off Alien," because he was. And he tried in that storyline. There's a couple of issues where he talks about how the society the Brood society functions, how they have clan markings on their foreheads like the Klingons. Right. But Claremont himself, the second time the next time the Brood appear, Claremont himself forgets all that. They're just they're just bug monsters.
Mindless bug monsters.
Yeah.
I used to do a role-playing game called Villains and Vigilantes, and I made my own Brood race. They were called the Ganrath for some reason. I called them I don't know why. They were quite good recurring villains for my players. But the last ones I've got is a couple of strange adventures. He threw this one for nothing because it was bad nick. Originally, I think it was going to be £4, and in the end he said, "Oh, actually, it seemed quite bad nick. You can just have this one." I don't think the spine looks a bit naff, so it's probably not on the spine, but it still looks pretty cool. Let's get it out of the cover so you can see that better. I don't have that many of these strange adventures, but like stuff like this, if I see it going reasonable, I'm happy to pick them up here and there because they're all kind of self-contained, aren't they? You haven't got to read that, as far as I recall.
But you do have the Dead Man stories, right? And those issues are probably more expensive than the other ones.
No, I don't have the Dead Men ones. No, I've only got a very few of these actually. This is probably only about my fourth or something. Strange Adventures. It's not one I ever remember seeing before, to be honest. Strange Adventures, not that often, but like that, the man with the comet head. That's just stuffed. Yeah, no, I wish I had the Dead Man ones, but no, I don't.
Well, the Neil Adams stories are in the 80s reprint title, so you can get them for a bit cheaper, and you just have the Dead Man stories. You don't have to have the rest of it if you're not interested.
Yeah.
If you want to have a full run of Strange Adventures, you kind of are. You are interested, and you have those stories which you want to read, but you can't because Dead Man makes those comics more expensive than the other ones.
Oh yeah, of course. That's always the way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like Amazing Fantasy number 15. You want to get a full set of the Amazing Adult Fantasies, and then there's that Spider-Man one, and you can't read the other 3 stories made by Ditko.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Kind of annoying. If you're like somebody who wants to collect the whole runs, it's really annoying when this one I think is quite a dark kind of cover of the 8 nations possessing H-bombs in the year 1986. Who will trigger World War III? America, Israel, China, Russia, England, Africa, France, Arab Republic. Yeah.
African Arab Republic, which don't exist.
I don't know. Yeah.
There was no African country ever had the power to do an atomic bomb.
I wondered about it. Not even South Africa. South Africa never had it, did they?
No. Maybe Egypt through roundabout ways. But apart from that, and there's no Arab Republic, of course.
It's almost like comic books aren't necessarily telling us the truth. Yeah, this is quite cool. Well, it's got Adam Strange in it, which is always good. Bit of Adam Strange. It's a nice, big, chunky, giant size one.
Yeah.
So can't say no to that. Yeah, I'm not trying to get the whole run of these though, because I'm trying not to add extra stuff to my list. You know, I've actually just written down the Ghost run, but I'm not trying to get there. I'm just putting it up there so I know which ones I've already got. So if I see them going cheap, I pick them up. I won't get doubles. You know, that's all that's for. It's not there to get the whole run because, yeah, I'm trying to keep the space. And I've got basically I made horror comics. So I stopped buying horror comics. I didn't really book them much in the first play. This is a good one. Attack of the Flying Gorillas. You can't go wrong with a bit of flying gorilla action. And I love the dress code as well. The trade dress rather. Authentic strange adventures. It's really cool.
Yeah, the Giants always had they were extra careful with the design with those cover designs.
There's a beauty there. I just love the side like panel, sidebar picture there. The great trade dress on the front. It's got someone put like a sticker for 12.5 pence. We're not used to halfpennies in ages in the UK. This is from 1971. Can't argue with that. Anyway, that's it. That's all that I've got today. This week. It's quite enough. It's quite a lot. Lots of reading. I was hoping to say something. I forgot what I was saying now. It wasn't important.
So I pulled out a couple of comics. That one I mentioned in the chat. This is the Portuguese edition of La Mort Vivant.
Okay.
And this adapts a 1957 novel by Stefan Vu. And
is that Death Lives or something like that?
The Living Death.
Living Death.
It kind of features things that they're alien octopi.
Okay.
But they're not bad guys. They want to prevent humanity from leaving the solar system.
Is that like Brexit?
There's this millionaire woman who's dealing with the not occult. It's like they're using science means to reach the something occult because she wants to revive her daughter, and the alien octopi know how to do it.
Right. The octopoids from outer space.
Yeah. The art's pretty good. The guy who draws this, Alberto Varanda. This page is not everything is exactly painted.
Right.
Well, it's drawn in and then painted. But this was not his regular style. In the 90s, he drew a French adventure series called Bloodline, and he kind of wanted. He was kind of a Jim Lee wannabe in the French market, but now he does amazing stuff. And so he kind of. I think he wanted to work for the American market, but now he's much better. He found something that he's good at, and he does it very well. I mean. Yeah, these pages they're dark, but here in the screen you can't see, but when you pick them up close, they're just amazingly detailed. And even with all the dark bits, you can notice where the color is and where the light is.
Yeah, they look dark, but like you can still see it. It's not dark for dark's sake, kind of thing.
Yeah, and they did a special when they printed this, so they have extra sketches and stuff.
Yeah, cool.
That's the way to justify charging 20 euros for one of these.
Yeah,
but there's almost 80 pages in the hardcover. So
I wonder if, like, we're talking about the artists, like maybe wanting to make it in America and not make it there. I wonder if it's like better to like stay in, like, if you're a European artist, to stay in Europe, or because I imagine the American market working for them is a bit of a factory. I would have thought. I reckon they sort of work you hard and like. You got to churn out so many pages, and I reckon it's probably a lot more.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this guy can't do this story in an assembly line environment. It just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Even if it did this as periodicals, it would probably be a 4-issue mini or something, and then it would get collected. But it's not. You can't do an ongoing comic drawing like this and painting like this. It's impossible.
Yeah. It takes a lot more time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's why Bolan doesn't like go into doing like interior art now. There's probably a few that don't. Seems to be quite a few now. Like I don't know if it's a lot more prevalent now. I think it's a lot more prevalent now. Not that I buy modern books, but like you get all these like Delottos and whatever, all these other names, Momokos and all that. And people also about this person's cover, and they never seem to do any interior art at all. It seems like there's a whole slew of artists now who never like go inside the book.
No, they have the budgets for interior art nowadays. They're ridiculously low, and so they're always going for new guys. And if an artist becomes too famous, they can't afford his rate anymore.
Yes. I suppose it's like goes hand in glove with the sales going down and stuff like that. And
but it also doesn't help. I mean, if you know you have an artist who can push you past 200,000 regularly, you should hire that artist.
Yeah.
But they'd rather not risk it. Let's just have somebody. If it sells 30,000, great. If not, we didn't pay too much anyway.
I suppose you can't always tell as well. I mean, sometimes you might buy an artist and it might not get the sales you want anyway. And you're just paying an artist and making a loss. The last thing they want to do is make a loss on the book. Yeah,
but they're not advertising. They're not doing a good job advertising who's working on what. Even the news sites, they don't know how to do interviews with the hot artists or with the writers who are doing something special. The whole aspect of telling everyone who's coming out is fundamentally broken right now. And
it didn't used to matter, did it? I mean, I don't know. From my point of view, I never knew who was doing what, and I never kept abreast of who was doing what. I just wanted to read the characters I liked.
Yeah, but during when you had comic shops, there was always word of mouth, and when it wasn't, the cover was a sales instrument. You're not supposed to draw a pretty cover. You're supposed to draw a cover that incites you to buy the book. So if you're just doing a cover and it's pretty, but it doesn't tell you anything, oh, okay, this is pretty, and you put it back with the other comics, you're not going to buy it. So they're doing everything wrong, and they need to take a step back and reevaluate how they're doing things, and they don't want to do it. I mean, why bother if they know they can make they can make I don't know how many $1 billion with the movie and the merchandising.
Yeah, hopefully we don't lose the blinking, the comic books though. It's like it's the important part where the new ideas come in, isn't it? Oh, we got Jambo in the house. Jambo's here.
Hey guys.
Hey, mate. Not too bad. I've shown all my comic books.
Nice. Yeah, I was looking at some of them earlier there when you were showing them.
Yeah.
Got another horror.
Happy about that.
Yeah, got another horror comic here. This was made in Portugal. And it's set in Portugal in the 1960s. It's called The Dance, and the art is not what you think of when you're thinking horror, but the colors help. So the style.
It's quite kind of comical, isn't it?
Almost.
Kind of, cartoonishy almost, but kind of not
typical horror comic, right?
Yeah. But it's not like beautiful or like fun-looking comic. It's kind of like they look kind of grotesque, don't they? They look kind of like grotesque faces. Yeah,
this artist, when she started drawing, when she drew the first pages, she looked like she was a novice, and by the time she finished the graphic novel, it was much better. Everything was much better. The characters looked different.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, but it sort of features sea zombies.
Sea zombies?
Yeah.
Oh, zombies from the sea?
Yeah, the sea turns people into zombies.
Ah, okay.
So
why is it called the dance, though?
Yeah, it's related to a social event in a fishing village.
Okay. Oh, right, okay. So they're all going to go to a dance, like kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cool. How was your con the other day, Jambo? Have you shown them comics yet?
No, I haven't shown them yet. I did look for you a Shauna the She-Devil #1, but there was only like 4 vendors there that was selling comics. So
that's terrible.
It was really limited. Yeah, I mean, unless you like Funko Pops and stuff like that, you were kind of limited. But I did check those 4 vendors. One of them had some Golden Age stuff, so I ended up getting a few things, but not a lot. I mean, it was okay. It was good to get back to doing a con.
I hope Bubs bought you dinner for that shambles to make up for it.
What's that?
So I hope Bub bought you dinner for that shambles to make up for it.
Yeah. Yeah, we went out afterwards, and I had a couple of drinks and stuff, but I had to do something right.
Yeah, we're kind of lucky in London because we don't have. Well, we have got Comic Con, but we've got comic marts every few months, and it's literally just comics, just comic vendors. That's all it is.
See, that's even better. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a back room for Funko Pops. They've got their space if people want to go and buy Funko Pops, but like it's just nothing but vendors, so much better.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to Bristol?
No.
Bristol? No, I haven't been to that con down there, I guess.
Bristol used to be the British con. It was organized by Des Skin.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant Bristol, Tennessee. I was like, no.
Bristol, England.
No, when I go to Bristol, Tennessee is for NASCAR.
All right, okay.
I forget where you at, right? Where you at?
Portugal.
Polo?
Portugal.
Yes. Okay.
Portugal. Is that a little knobbly bit at the end of Spain?
Right. So
I was, I was weirdly contemplating. I don't know why I thought I was talking to my nephew or something. We got talking about languages, and I was thinking to myself, where does the Spanish and the Portuguese language because they've got like a little border there? You just get to one point and suddenly they all don't speak Spanish anymore, don't speak Portuguese anymore, or there's some crossover like between the borders of, I don't know. We're just pondering on it for no really apparent reason.
There are one localized language and one unrecognized dialect. They're both in Portugal. One is actually not related to Spanish directly. It's more like Asturian. It's closer to the old Leonese language and to Asturian, which are regions in Spain.
Okay.
And the other one kind of resembles the Extremeño dialect from Spain, but not really.
Okay, fine.
Because I sometimes have to explain this, but not everybody in Spain speaks Spanish.
Right.
And even in big cities, people in Barcelona speak Catalan.
Catalan, yeah, because they have a couple of different regions, don't they?
Well,
Spain's
not
very
everybody here in Kentucky speaks English. It's a y'all and yonder and that. So.
It's interesting, like accents and stuff like that. It's kind of.
Yeah, what was that guy who had "You might be a redneck"?
What was that comedian?
Yeah,
comedian. I saw him once on a video or something.
I can see his face, but I don't remember his name right now.
Yeah, he had a bit where he said, "There are some rednecks even I don't understand."
They live here in Kentucky, I'm sure.
Yeah, all in the Appalachians, are they? Manning their steels.
Well, the Appalachians aren't rednecks; they're hillbillies. It's different.
Right. I see. Oh well. God blimey! I don't think we have those here, but well, maybe we do.
The land of like Little Abner.
Yeah, it's like the Cornish people. They're just weird.
Yeah. You got any books you want to show, Jambo?
I got a bunch of books from the other day. I mean, I've got oodles of stuff I haven't put up.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, this one I showed on Slingers earlier. I picked it up last week or something like that. So, and I got an old Batman.
Oh, nice! I've got that one.
Detective.
You got Zodiac Man, Zodiac Master. Yeah, that's one of my early detective ones. Yeah, that's cool.
So,
what's your focus with the Fantastic Four? Are you trying to get a full run of that, or you just pick them up when you see them?
I was just getting some of the ones that I remember having when I was younger and stuff like that. So I don't have any more, and just trying to replace them.
Yeah, I got to see them. You buy them. Oh yeah,
Barbarella.
Ooh, blimey! I say. Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I liked it.
Wouldn't mind smothering her in baby oil and trying to catch her. That'd be cool. Like, squeal little piggy, woo! Zoey!
Now, I got this, and it's controversial.
Oh,
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Isn't
So
that
it's kinda
a Christian
controversial.
book, isn't it? Is it a Christian
It
book?
is a Christian book, yeah. It was published by the Archie group. And,
There was this website 20 years ago made fun of a few comics, and that page was the most famous one in the site.
Yeah. It's kind of like
It's pretty expensive if you try to buy it and stuff. I didn't realize it. Yeah.
You'd think Fantagraphics would do a special edition or something.
Yeah. Something. You got this.
Oh, yeah. How close are you to Howard the Duck full run?
Yeah. I'm pretty close. Maybe about 8 or 10 maybe issues away. But this is the Kiss, the first full Kiss.
Oh, right, cool.
Yeah.
You a fan of Howard the Duck, Paolo?
Not really.
Yeah, I never.
You've seen the movie too.
No, I've never seen the movie.
I never
Oh, well, good. Then don't watch it. Yeah, just read the books.
No,
The books are not too bad. They're kind of funny.
When we had the Brazilian comics, the Captain America and TV Heroes reached their 100th issue, so they did special editions, and issue number 100 used that 25th anniversary cover of the Fantastic Four, and there was Howard the Duck, and I was looking at all the characters. I recognized all of them, except what's Donald doing here?
Yeah.
Because we never had Howard the Duck stories, so I didn't know.
Yeah. That's a classic looking Silver Surfer. What number is that?
That's
early, you think? No, 17.
Yeah, number 17.
I've only got one from that whole run. That's my birthday book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, expensive.
That is my favorite Silver Surfer run. That one, Stan Lee and John Buscema did. That's the second part, I think. Fantastic Four story.
One of the famous fight scenes, isn't it? On top of a isn't that a landmark building they're fighting on top of, isn't it?
It is St. Louis, the Arch in St. Louis, Missouri.
Right.
Yeah. So trashing it pretty good.
Yeah.
And I did get a few Star Treks for my Star Trek run. I'm getting pretty close to finishing those up.
So it's the Gold Key Star Trek run, because there's been about 4 different companies have done runs of Star Trek, haven't they?
Yeah. This is the Gold Key run, the first run.
That's the first one, was it?
Yeah, I'm getting real close to being done with it. I think I need 4 more issues.
Do they get expensive?
Yes. The early ones, the photo covers are pretty expensive. So got one of those.
Strange Tales.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember reading a couple of Howard the Ducks when I was a kid. I got the humor. I was like, they seemed like long, kind of like dull reads to me. So there's not one that I ever kind of
it was kind of tongue in cheeky and stuff.
I've got that Bog Beast tale. That was quite a good story. That Bog Beast, I thought. Yeah, I think it was like it was a slightly different take on the monster kind of thing. I won't tell you what I remember of it because you want to read it yourself. But yeah, I quite enjoyed that story.
Okay. This one I didn't remember. I'd never had it or never read it. So this was one of the Atlas books I didn't previously have. So
this is a good Bog Beast. It's just a good title anyway. Bog Beast. You should have shown that when we were showing our Swamp Things and Man Things earlier. You should have got your Bog Beast out for everyone.
We had a pretty good run of those, didn't we?
Yeah.
I got this because it was just odd.
Starstream.
Yeah, it was a Whitman, and 79 cents, and it's kind of thick.
That's interesting. It's an interesting cover. Yeah. It's supposed to be a futuristic city or the outside of a spaceship.
I think it's a futuristic city, I believe, because you see like some people down there, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a comic or does it reprint pulp stories? Because I see even Vought's name is Jack Williamson.
Yeah, I think it reprints old stories. I forget, it was a well-known artist that did the insides of it here, but I don't remember who it was now.
Is it panels or is it just text and your picture here and there?
Yeah, it's got stories and panels and everything like a regular comic.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah. So maybe it's maybe the adaptations of of sci-fi writers' stories. Probably what it is.
Harry Davies, Jack Williams. No, there was somebody in here. I don't. Maybe I'm thinking of another book. Anne McCaffrey.
Yeah, those are the
writer.
Yeah, those are the sci-fi writers.
Yeah. So that must just be adaptations, doesn't they, into comic books? That's cool.
And Delian Goldkey didn't used to put credits even through the 60s.
They weren't very good with it. I guess they weren't caring much about. Oh, here's some more on the back. Check it out.
Okay, so it's a series then.
Yeah.
4 great first editions. Blast off with Starstream.
See, that's something interesting to collect. You can have a set of 4 and they're out of the ordinary, and you can tell your friends about them and impress them.
Yeah.
I'd never seen it before, and that's the time to buy it when you've not seen it. So
yeah, definitely.
Get it then. But yeah, just a few things, and I need to get a video up. I haven't done anything lately, so
cool.
Get close on my 400 subscribers, Gray. I think I'm only 3 away now. So
yeah, are you subbed to Jambo Polo?
I don't. If I'm not, I should be.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, but sometimes I pick 4 or 5 names. And am I subscribed to everybody here? And I look at them. But if I miss one or forget about one, then I don't come back to it until I'm reminded 6 months later or something.
Right.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. YouTube has been unsubbing people that if say you've not looked at them for a month or 2.
Yeah, it does.
And you go back to the channel and you're unsubscribed from it. I'm like, hey, man, that's not good. Maybe that's why I've not been looking at it, is because I was unsubscribed and not getting any notifications or anything. So
yeah, I noticed I was unsubscribed to Alex Big Blue the other day. I went and just randomly searched him out for something, and it's like, oh, I'm unsubbed. That's weird. But yeah, it does do that sometimes.
Pretty odd.
Odd. I mean,
how many books did you get in your haul there, Gray?
About 24, I think.
Oh, okay. Did you get them via mail off the?
I got them all off Facebook. All off Facebook.
Oh, Facebook.
Yeah, So this one, I got my Conan Elric.
That's a good one.
Really low grade. Like the cover and the comic book haven't been seen eye to eye for some years now.
You better watch Elric. He might try to take that one from you, right?
Erroneously believed to be Elric's first appearance in comics. It's actually the second. The first appearance in comics was made in France by the founder of Heavy Metal magazine.
Yeah,
it started as a series of panels for an art exhibit, and then he made a story out of those pieces of art, and it's a 20-page special edition. I think it came out in 1969.
Cool. I remember Epic magazine, the Marvel Epic magazine, had an Elric story in it. I remember reading it many moons ago. Yeah.
And Star Reach also, I think, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One of those. I think Frank Bruner did one, I believe. All the stories for them.
Kind of weird looking character in on the cover of this one. Like it looks like a bloody gnome or something.
Yeah, he's got the gnome hat or the old wizard hat or something.
Yeah. Looks like one of Santa's little helpers or something like that. It's quite a weird one.
And the boots, the real high boots there.
Yeah, we all got used to the P. Craig Russell visuals, so
yeah.
We see that one, which was the first time it appeared in American comics. Although they got Moorcock to look at that, so he must have approved.
Yeah.
On the Conan comic there, he got to approve that?
Yeah, his name is in the credits along with Tom Cawthorn, was it? His co-writer on some stuff.
Thomas? Was it Roy that wrote that? Or adapted
Roy Thomas adapted. Yeah. Roy Thomas wrote it based on
see, it had
not directly on a book, but
it had Gainer the Damned in there also, and he was a Coron villain. And
story plotted by Michael Moorcock, creator of Eric of Memory Bone, and James Cawthorn.
That's it.
Roy Thomas writer, Stanley editor, Barry Smith artist. Sal Buscema was an embellisher, whatever an embellisher does. What does an embellisher do?
I guess
I've
it
never
takes
heard embellisher
sketches
before.
and makes them more presentable, maybe.
When they put it like that, it's because the main artist only did layouts.
Right.
So the inker has to add a detail.
Yeah, maybe I should invest in some of that archival tape or whatever they call
There
it.
you go. Yeah.
Start
It looks like it's in good shape though. The staples just pulled through.
Yeah. But no, there's a few. It's a bit weak. The spine's a bit weak, but yeah, there's a few holes there. Possibly a little bit of rust on the top staple, maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, not too bad. The pages inside are all decent enough, I think. I don't know if it's cut out of it. I hope not. Let's have a quick check. I don't always check my comics when I first get them in because you kind of think, oh yeah, I'm sure it'd be okay. But I remember I had a Phantom Stranger once. It had 2 pages missing. Rather annoyingly.
Yeah, sometimes you find things missing. Sometimes you find things extra in books.
Oh.
Like I found in one book I'd got offline, some guy, I guess, had left a nude picture of his girlfriend inside of it.
That's cool. Oh, well, no, that is cool. That's kind of...
It wasn't bad, so I mean, hey.
You should say, hey, mate, you left the picture inside the...
It was like a bonus. Yeah, thanks for the bonus picture there.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Very weird. I mean, you never know, you know. And then I found in an old Golden Age book, I don't know if it was a famous artist or not, but when I opened it up, there was a sketch, and it was like of a 1940s girl that a good girl art, picture somebody had drew. Wow. And it was inside of it there. I don't know if it was a famous person, but it looked professional, you know.
It wasn't signed at all. Just
No, it wasn't signed, but it was old because the paper was turning yellow and kind of tan.
Yeah.
I still have it, but yeah, I don't know who did it or anything like that. So
you put it up on a
didn't
forum,
look like art in the book, so you know.
Yeah. Maybe someone might have recognized it if you put it up on some kind of forum.
I might need to do that.
Yeah, it might have been.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool. It's interesting. I don't know if I've ever found anything inside a comic book. Can't think of. I think I found like a cornflake or something like that. Nothing to write home about. You know what I mean? A cornflake stuck to one of the pages. I scrape it off. But yeah,
it's always gross when you find something like that.
Yeah.
Somebody else's hair, and you're like,
yeah.
Take it out.
especially if it's a short curly hair. It's like, I don't want to. Oh dear.
I have to get rid of that one. Replace it.
Yeah.
I found hair, but I couldn't take it off, and then I noticed, it fell on the printer. So that's why it's on the page.
Right, that's interesting. I've got one of these books I was showing earlier on that's got really poor, like, I've never seen it like this before. Like, it's like one page is skew with the rest of them, and it's been kind of, basically that's happened now and again. I have got somewhere a double cover where the inside cover is back to front and upside down. Like, so it's like I can't remember for the life of me what comic book it was now. There's no way. I'll probably never find it again before I die.
Makes you wonder how that happened, right? I mean, a double cover, but how did it get upside down?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
So that is weird. So, yeah.
So this one is just complete. There's one like page sticking out at the top there. It's not a spine roll because the spine's not in bad nick. You can see it sticking out there. And it's just like one page is completely skew with to the rest of them. So yeah, you can see.
Okay.
Look how badly that is out.
I've
weird.
got something that does that. Yeah, it's kind of cut odd or something.
Yeah, it's like I think one page sort of become like went lopsided as they're stuck together kind of thing. Because it's not even the middle page. If it was the middle page and it was loose and it would come out, that makes sense. But it's like 2 pages back from the middle. So it's like one page as they've been put together, I suppose, it's gone like that somehow, and they've stapled it all together, and it's been stuck like that ever since. I might just trim it with a blinky pair of scissors because it's not like this book's going to be ever going to get up in price. Either I'll take it all apart and stick that. I'm not sure. We'll see. Probably won't do anything with it. Probably just read it and then put it in the box, never to be seen again.
I was digging in the collection and found that the other day. I forgot about having this. This is bringing up Father. Yeah, it's like a third series of it, and it's from 1919.
Wow.
It's got a different kind of spine. It's got some kind of binding on it and stuff.
Is that platinum age or something?
Yeah, it's platinum age. So, yeah, just kind of different and odd. I forgot I had this. I had it on my bookshelf and not with my comics. So.
Right, yeah. That's cool. Was that like reprints from like newspaper strips or something like that?
I don't think so. I think it was original because I'd open it up, but I've got it all sealed up and everything now. It had like 4 panels per page, and it was black and white. And they had the little word bubbles over top of what they were saying and stuff, over top of the figures in the panel and stuff. So, yeah, it was pretty odd. I mean,
have you got any comics now, Paolo? Or are you all 100% books, trades?
Yeah, I only buy trades nowadays.
Yeah.
If I buy a comic, it's something out of the ordinary because it was there, like this one. But this a couple of years ago. It's called Star-Crossed. It came out through Helix.
Right.
Yeah, it's a 3-issue mini, so it's not very famous.
I remember that actually. Is it so like a spaceship falls in love with a planet or something weird like that? Is it some kind of?
Yeah, a mutated human who only lives in space falls in love with an asteroid.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that Helix originally was going to be called Matrix, that line, wasn't it? But it changed the name at the last minute because the Matrix film was coming out at the same time.
Yeah,
I think that's what caused it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only ones I've got of that is the Bloody Mary with Carlos Esquerra art. I think it was Garth Ennis and Carlos Esquerra. He had a couple of like 3 or 4 parters, a character called Bloody Mary, who was a nun with guns.
None with a gun.
Yeah, a friend of mine bought a couple of mini-series. I only started buying Transmetropolitan when it moved to Vertigo.
Right. That's why I never checked out. I never checked out Transmetropolitan. I see it. I don't know. I looked at the cover, the art, so I was just like, don't like the look at that. I'm not sure I'd be keen on that, so I never bothered with it. But I hear people say it's a good book, but just didn't appeal to. So sometimes it's like if you look at something, you kind of like you make a instant decision, don't you? If you think you're going to like it or not. You look at it and it doesn't like it's my cup of tea.
I remember the promo art was not very good. The promo art looked kind of faded. It's like they didn't use the series colorist. But I was familiar with Derek Robertson. I already knew him from New Warriors and Doom 2099. So it would be a good fit. I thought it'd be a good fit.
Yeah.
And when they said the story, it's a journalist in the future, kind of gonzo journalist. Well, yeah, that sounds like an interesting story.
It's basically Lois Lane, isn't it? It's Lois Lane, but turned into a bald man, isn't it? Or something? I'm not sure. Is it all kind of quirky sci-fi as well, isn't it? Like futuristic technology and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's not about the technology. It's more about the social interaction between the characters, and it's sort of anticipating where subcultures might evolve to with technology in a place that lives only for the now. Right.
Yeah, sounds weird. I'm still not getting any more keen on reading it. I'm suddenly going, no, I'm out.
If you only focus on the technology in science fiction, you're not really commenting on anything. The point of science fiction is that when they introduce the future, they're actually commenting on the present.
Yeah.
So that was the point, and especially because you have the whole politics storyline with the presidential election.
Mm-hmm.
Are you reading many modern books, Gray?
No, I've been reading a few online actually recently. Like because I'm around with my girlfriend. She has early nights. She goes to bed early, so I turn the lights off. I read online. So I've read a load of DC recent horror ones that they had, like Basket Full of Heads, and one called Plunge wasn't bad, and The Fell Woods or The Dark Woods or something like that was another one that I read. But yeah, that's, so I'm currently actually in the middle of reading a Conan run from a few years ago, from 2003.
Are you trying to get a certain number of Conan, or are you trying to finish the run up? Or
with my Conan, actually buying Conan, I'll get as many as I can, to be honest. But I highly doubt. I mean, it might have to be from like I don't know. Who knows? I won't bother trying to guess.
Do you have 15?
I don't think so. No.
So you got 14.
14 is my lowest.
I think I've got a double on 15, so
I've
get
got
you a package.
14.
If I find your Shauna the She-Devil pretty soon, I'll put it in the package with it.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even collecting that. I didn't even read Conan. It was like one of those I never bothered reading it. And Fire's Revenge sent me a couple.
The Robert E. Howard stuff is really good. I mean, if you get the ones that are based on his books, I mean, they're really awesome. Yeah. But
I just realized I've not updated my blinking blog. I just looked on there. I saw 14's still there, so I've got to get 14 off. So I don't buy it again. I think I will, because I think I'll recognise that one, but still need to update it.
Right.
Yeah, and then I thought, because I still got, as soon as I read them, I'm like, oh man, I have to try and buy these now. and then
Barry Smith, the art that he did on those early ones is it's amazing. I like it.
Yeah,
when I was younger, and I seen them, I wasn't that keen on them, and now, that I've grown to appreciate Barry Smith and some of the stuff he did, I'm like, it's amazing. Yeah. A lot of detail in some of his work.
Yeah, speaking of Barry Smith, it's the modern book that I gotta buy. It's his new graphic novel, Monsters.
The Monsters, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen people talking about it. I've seen people. Manny went through it recently on his channel.
Yeah.
Is that something he's done recently?
Yeah.
Sure.
He had an old Hulk plot that was supposed to have been made for a Marvel fanfare.
Yeah.
And he worked on it for about 20 years, and now he had a 300+ page graphic novel. So,
But is he still Hulk, or has he changed the characters?
No, he changed the character. He published it at Fantagraphics.
Yeah.
Like, you remember those stories he did for X-Men, focusing on Storm when she had lost her powers?
Yeah.
There was supposed to be a third one, but Marvel didn't publish it. So he changed the character to something called Ad Astra, and he published it at Dark Horse or something.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And he did the same for this Hulk.
Yeah, I was thinking originally with Conan, try and get the first 100. I thought, let's just be sensible, just try and get first 100, because I've heard other people saying they're trying for the first 100. But then I just saw other ones over 100, and I started picking them up as well. So yeah, I've got a massive way to go with my Conan. But yeah,
they're reasonably priced, though. I mean, you can get them at a good price. Yeah.
Yeah.
Early get kind of pricey and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I've got another Facebook guy that I buy from, and I've got quite a lot on hold with him at the moment. I'm just waiting for him to tell me what the damage is, because I'm probably gonna have to grimace and just go, never mind. But I'm trying not to. He's still putting stuff up, and he's putting up stuff that I like, and I'm like, no, I mustn't buy any more until I get the total of what I already owe him. Mustn't he's putting up Superboys that I like, and Adventures and Superman, and it's like But I just the big book that I'm sort of getting from him was the first Flash Superman race.
Yeah.
He put that up, and I'm like, oh, no one else is bidding on it yet. It's asking for it. I went, oh, yes, please. I went, yes, please. I'll worry about how much. I'll worry about the money later on.
Was that on Facebook?
Yeah, it's a Facebook seller. Yeah.
I've never bought anything off Facebook like that. So.
Most of my stuff I buy on Facebook. Actually, it's quite cool. Actually, it's actually a lot better than probably eBay, because eBay you can only buy one or two here or there. Like if you with Facebook, you can't sort of go searching for the ones that you want up. You've got to wait, see what people put up, and then because I've got such a massive list, I just wait to see what people put up, and if it's what I want, I'll say yes. But it just means you can't sort of focus on. If you're trying to say you've got 3 comics to finish a run, you'd be waiting forever sometimes if you're waiting on Facebook.
Is it most of the people putting up like lots and or a collection or something like that?
No, normally individually. There's quite a few like pages. There's a couple of people's pages, and they put up whatever they get. They buy them in lots, and then they put them up individually and put the price on there. But this guy, he sort of did a little video of stuff, a new batch that he just bought, and it's got like Hawkman 4 in there. And I said, "Oh, when's that going up? Nice. You know, any idea how much that's going to be?" And I'm thinking, so I'm trying to see how much he wants to sell it for, and I'll see if I can scrape together the funds and get it, because I'm in debt for my Hawkman run. So,
that'd be nice.
If it's not anything crazy, I'll be tempted. But if he comes back to me and says it's blah blah blah, and I'll be like, "Oh no, too much." But yeah, I'll wait and see what he says.
I need to try that. I've not tried to get anything off of Facebook. Marketplace, I guess, is where you go to.
No, you can do it on Marketplace. Actually, I don't really bother with Marketplace. I tried on Marketplace recently. The guy had a load of adventures up. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm interested in most of those that you've got there." And he went, "Oh, I'll get back to you tomorrow." Never heard anything from him since. So I thought, okay, you're a time waster. And to be honest, I'm not sure if I trust you now. Anyway, if you can't bother to get back to me. So, but no, people set up their own pages, and they just, I'm not sure if there are people in America. It's like on Instagram. You get people selling comics on Instagram and then doing their auctions on YouTube and stuff like that. It's that kind of thing. But it's like a Facebook page that people set up, and they just post up pictures of the comics they're selling with the prices. So they might post up 50 comics. These are all £1 each. It's not bidding. It's just like, that's how much I'm asking for them. And there's one guy that bought this lot off. He had them all up for a certain price. He puts them on eBay, and then like if they're not selling on eBay, he puts them up on Facebook as well. And I'm always like, I say, "Oh, I like those comics, mate, but bit pricey for me." I'm like, so I got these at half the price that he was asking for them, basically. And then he threw one in for free as well, because the cover wasn't on speaking terms with the rest of the book. So I was like, "That's cool. I can live with that."
Nice. Well, if you get it, man, that Hawkman 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the wife texting me that dinner is ready, so I'm gonna have to bow out.
Dinner hasn't it got to be like ribs or something? Isn't that every meal? Isn't it in Kentucky? It's always ribs. Is that right? Or ribs and grits or something? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. I have grits. No, I'm not a big grit fan, so no.
Yeah,
we do like fried chicken though.
All right.
So, fried chicken's good.
Yeah. Probably. Unless you've got anything else you want to show us, Paolo, we can end it now. I've got nothing else to show. So, this something else you want to show?
Yeah, I always wondered how common is it for people to own this nowadays. This is the 30th anniversary edition of Saber. It was one of the first graphic novels in 1978.
Okay.
And this is smaller in size. It's it's got extra stuff here. It's got it has bits of the script.
Okay. All right, I don't know that one. I've heard of John Saber. Is there one called John Saber?
No, John Sable. This is Saber.
Sable, right? Yeah. I've never heard of that. I don't think
it's a science fiction. It's a science fiction story set in the future, black and white.
Right.
But there was a time in the 80s when people wanted to have this, and I had never read it. So when I saw this, even being smaller, I wanted it, and I thought I should have it in my collection. These guys didn't know at the time. Desperado Publishing, but I know of a couple of books. But then after this, Desperado Publishing, I didn't know they were. The guy called Joe Pruitt. He had some stuff published at Image in the 90s.
Right. Yeah, you're thinking, so much the European stuff. I don't know any of the European stuff.
No, but this is European. This is by Don McGregor, it's Don McGregor, the guy who did that Black Panther run in Jungle Action, and the art is by Paul Galassi, who was a master of kung fu artist.
Okay, so it's not like DC or Marvel or nothing like that. It's independent.
In 1978, it was the first comic published by Eclipse. The Mulaney brothers owned the comic store, and they decided to publish this. But that was 4 or 5 years before Eclipse started publishing comics regularly.
Yeah. You must go eat your dinner, Jambo. You'll get told off.
Yeah, he knows his stuff, man. So
yeah. I don't know. I never really followed any of the independents, to be honest. I never really read anything apart from Marvel and DC, really.
Well, when we had the thing is, we had the same publisher had the rights to Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
So when they had the opportunity to publish something else, it was usually the same publisher, and I'd see the ads and I thought it'd be interesting. And sometimes I would even buy stuff. I only really got more interested in spreading my tastes around when I was 15. So. So I missed out on a lot. I mean, I had the opportunity I had a chance to buy Watchmen when I was 8 or 9, but I don't think I would have enjoyed Watchmen at age 9.
Yeah,
it's a little serious, for 8 or 9-year-old, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I was going to say, did you? Because they were both done by the same publisher, like in Brazil. Did you?
Yeah.
Was they kept separate though? Was it like the Marvel characters in one book, DC, or did they sometimes have a DC character and a Marvel character in the same comic?
No, they had Marvel and DC in separate separate comics, but
right.
It was the same. It was the same people on editorial working on both, and the publisher, of course, they had. Adverts for whatever they published. So there were DC ads in Marvel Comics and vice versa.
Did you know that there was two different companies? Did you know there was DC and Marvel, or did you think, when are Batman and Spider-Man going to meet up? They're coming out in the comics all the time. All these other characters are meeting up. How come Superman and Hulk?
I knew they were different because they had copyright notations on the cover and inside. And sometimes when they published something that was not directly owned by them, like when they published He-Man or the Thundercats, the copyright, they would have the copyright for Marvel, but they would also have the copyright for Mattel or Rankin Bass Productions. So I knew when it was Marvel and DC, and I knew when the material was published by Marvel or DC, but not owned by them.
Mm.
I kind of started noticing those things because even as a kid, I used to read the letters pages and so
every to the comic book.
Yeah.
The adverts.
Mm-hmm.
That was some of the best stuff.
Yeah.
I did see the first crossover at that con, Gray, at the local con I went to. They had the first Marvel DC crossover. Remember what it was?
Wizard of Oz?
Wizard of Oz, yes, sir.
Wizard of Oz was a crossover.
Yes. Yeah, they both did that. And
I never heard of that.
Because
Pablo Marcos, or was it John Buscema who did
it was John Buscema, because Marvel had the rights for the movie, but DC had the rights for the Wizard of Oz trademark. So in the end, they decided, why don't we co-publish this? I mean, it's not like it's ours.
Wow. I suppose in the end they just make Zardoz instead with Sean Connery.
All right, guys, I'm going to go eat, or she's going to come in here and hit the room or something. She's good talking with you guys.
He's going to hit you in the grits and drag you out.
Yeah. Just throw my grits out to the dogs or something. Y'all take care.
See you next Saturday, mate.
See you later,
Jambo. Cool. Did you anything recently? Have you picked up anything recently?
Not yet. My contract runs out in August, and then I'm not sure if I'm going to stay at the company. If I do, I will have money by October, which is when supposedly we'll have a comics festival, supposedly, and then I'll be able to buy the stuff at 5% off.
Okay, cool. Have you got like a list? I mean, how do you do your comics? Do you have a list of stuff that you want, or you just sort of pick them up randomly?
I keep it in my head. I try to buy everything within 2 years. Otherwise, I forget, or there's new stuff that comes out, and I gotta buy it. But if it's older, I probably won't pick it up again unless it's really cheap, or they reprint it. Like they're reprinting the Spanish comic The Mercenary now, so I'm gonna buy those reprints. I still have to finish the Largo Winch collection, and I think I still have to finish the Sender collection, and then I'll see what's around. There's some European stuff that I need to get, and I'm gonna see if they still have the Ethernaut, that Argentinian comic that you tried, if they have the Spanish the Spanish edition.
Right. Yeah, because it was Brazilian. It would be Brazilian. Was it not Spanish originally? Then it was Spanish, Brazilian Spanish. I don't know.
Brazilian is Portuguese.
No, was it Brazil? No, Argentina, wasn't it? Argentina
was Spanish. Yeah,
Spanish.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
But there was this publisher called in Bilbao in Spain called Astiberri. They've been publishing some of the Juan Jimenez stuff in Spain, so I think they have the rights to a couple of Argentinian comics, and they're the ones that are available where I buy them. Yeah. I thought there was a collection of another Juan Jimenez comic, As de Pique. So I'm probably gonna try and see if I can find that.
I quite enjoyed that Mercanal, actually. That was pretty... is it Mercanal? Eternal. I keep saying Mercanal. I think there's a band called Mercanal or something like that. I keep forgetting it's Eternal, wasn't it? Eternal.
Ethernaut.
Ethernaut. Is that Eternal?
It travels across the ether of time.
Oh, yeah. Right, okay. For some reason I thought it was Eternal, like you lived eternally for some reason. Oh, it's Ethernaut. Oh, I have to look at that again. It was quite a good comic, though. It was quite interesting. Art was quite good. I kind of like... At the end, I was thinking, no, it's a trap. Don't go into the
guy who did the art, Solano Lopez. He worked on some British comics back in the 70s and 80s.
There was a Spider. Did he? Did he do the Spider by any chance?
He might have. I know he did something called Sunny Sun.
Okay, because they're kind of like I'm just thinking there's some of the art. There's a character called the Spider. It was kind of really weird, like it was like a villain. He was like a super villain, as the hero of the story. It was quite the Spider British comics. I'll see if I can find out who he's by. No, I don't think that is him. Who is it? Does it say Red Bun? No. Apparently Jerry Siegel worked on him as well. Superman co-creator Jerry Siegel took over the writing of the character with his third adventure and would write the bulk of his adventure. I didn't know that. Jerry
Siegel did a lot of stuff across Europe at the time. He even wrote Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck stories for the Italian Disney studio.
Yeah, he was a really weird character.
Mm-hmm. I think he was blacklisted around a lot of places because of when they tried to sue for Superman the first time.
Oh wow! So because to DC basically. Because they were trying to make waves, they blacklisted them and didn't give him any work, kind of thing.
Yeah, and when he's not the reason why he gets blacklisted at DC makes him untrustworthy for the other publishers. Even something like, especially something like Archie, because two of the three Archie founders were definitely mobsters.
Right. Yeah. I was going to ask if you were into the history of the comic books. A lot of them were started off as by mobsters, weren't they? There's a Sandman Mystery Theater story based around the old comic book pulps and that, and they're basically the mob.
The guys who founded Charlton Comics, they met in jail.
Oh man, it's something I love to hear more of the stories of what happened. I saw there must be people who wrote books about the comic industry, because some of the editors are meant to be like tyrants, weren't they? That's right, sort of bastards. Some of the people who worked as editors, some of the companies.
Yeah. Like when the guy who founded DC, Malcolm Wheeler Nicholson, he was muscled out by Jack Leibowitz, who was and Harry Donenfeld when they took over the company, because they owned the printer, and Wheeler Nicholson owed them money. So, in that case, no, you pay us with your. They were, because they didn't really care what they were putting out. It was part of the economic system. You buy pulp, you make paper out of it, you print, and you fill up the paper with whatever. You print it, you distribute it, you sell it. Money.
Yeah, it's like when you think about I suppose most industries are quite crooked at some point. I mean, look at the music industry; they never pay the artists, like they pay them like $50 like to record the song, and then they don't have all the rights themselves, wouldn't they? All these doo-wop artists, I remember taking them to court like decades later to get some money.
The thing they kind of do is, okay, how much does it cost? How much can you expect of sales? We'll probably make something like £20,000 of the sales. Okay, in that case, renting the studio costs 40.
Right. Yeah, and that all comes out of the artist's take or cut or whatever. Yeah.
Then they have to go on. They have to go on tour to promote the album. It's not to promote the album; it's so they can pay back what they still owe the studio. The producer.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? Really, it's crazy. Yeah, most of those industries, like you say, they are a business, aren't they? They are a business. They make a show of being family or whatever, but it's all about the bottom line, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
it's like the guy who did what was that thing? Was it the guy who did Alvin and the Chipmunks was a pedophile?
Oh, was he? I never heard that. I never heard that. Oh man, who knows? Yeah,
So you can't trust anybody.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's like there's a guy who used to put on all the cartoon shows. Like Rolf Harris. You heard of Rolf Harris?
No.
He used to he's quite like well-known, like beloved kind of like children's show personality. Me turned out that he had a thing for young girls, like, and it's like it's like childhood's been killed. Like it's like, oh man, you know, these beloved like old figures from like our youth, like.
Yes. Yeah. Would you like to meet the creator of your favorite cartoon? Well, the creator of your favorite cartoon would like to meet you.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. He never created the cartoon. He presented shows like showing cartoon like things, and he used to do like art in between that kind of thing. But yeah. Oh well.
Okay.
That's that's life. You got any? So when's this con? Is it definitely going on, or you got to wait to see what COVID restrictions are like? Or
I gotta wait. They're not. It's too late right now to invite any foreign artists, even from France or Spain. But if they can have some 6 or 7 exhibits, they'll probably throw it, and then the publishers need to advertise what they're doing. They couldn't last year, and this year they need to. Otherwise, because this is a cottage industry, and if you miss out on the chance to sell 500, you're just gonna stop.
Yeah.
Because everybody has other businesses or other jobs. They just do this on the sideline.
Are you all jabbed up now? You all vaccinated?
Yeah. I got my latest jab 2 days ago.
Right. Yeah. I had mine Wednesday last week. I think. Yeah. So, there's a music festival going on next month. Like it used to be like every year. Obviously, we couldn't do it last year. I'm not going to it, but all the outside England acts have pretty much had to pull out of it because there were so many restrictions about travelling and all that kind of thing. So it's like I think there's about one band from Germany, I think, but the rest of them are all from England, I think. But yeah, but it's amazing. That's just talking about your con. It'd be the same when people can't get in, or a lot of people don't want to travel, I suppose. And then making it.
The thing is, you book them 2 months in advance, and then something changes. Okay, starting they announce on Friday. Tomorrow, nobody can move from this place to that place.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you don't know what the government's going to do tomorrow, you can't book anything 2 months in advance.
That's right. Yeah. So what's it like there? Are you locked down still in certain areas and certain things, or is it like all open now?
Not this weekend.
Okay.
Not this weekend, but nightclubs never open back. You still can't have open air fairs. You can go to the beach, but they can reverse that at any time.
Yeah.
Sometimes they force restaurants to close at 3 p.m. so they miss out on dinners.
Mm.
A lot of restaurants shut down in the last 18 months.
Yeah, it's awkward. I mean, we're kind of like supposed to have been totally relaxed it again now. The government would like you to wear masks, like if you would, that kind of thing. But I just say, our figures are already rising. Our figures are rising, and it's like they carried on to letting everything go open, and I just think it's probably gonna skyrocket again, probably. Shocking. If this was a comic book, it would be the end of the world, mate. Yeah.
Eaten by zombies.
Yeah. Anyway, it's nearly midnight. Oh, it's midnight. It's actually midnight. Is it not later for you, or are you on the same time as me?
It's midnight, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's midnight. You're on the same time as me at the moment, yeah.
No, I have a feeling that they're gonna make us use Central European time just so they can stick it to the UK, because we're the only country in the European Union at the same time as the UK.
Are you? Okay. That's the old alliance going back to the 15th century, isn't it, or something like that?
Yeah. Exactly. we got to leave the European Union and make a union with you guys, especially because we're the only ones who like speaking English.
Okay. Yeah. I was against leaving, to be honest. I was against leaving, but I think it's a complete disaster. I think it was a silly idea. It's going to be a complete disaster, but yeah, we'll see. So far, it's not going too well. But anyway, I'm going to head out. Cheers for coming on board. Enjoy your comic books.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.